It started for me with just listening to music, driving around with my parents. I never really thought of my family as a musical family. No one was playing instruments, but everyone was just always singing.
I was super into rap and electronics. I think my first CD was Millennium, Will Smith, back in the day.
Origin, it's like a grindcore band. A lot of really fast technical death metal bands is what I was listening to back in the day.
I changed middle schools, kind of moved across town, and they randomly put me in a guitar class. So I was like, now's my time to learn. So yeah, I've been playing ever since.
Our process has definitely changed over the years. I think when we first started, it was like get in a practice space and just make as much noise until someone made something cool.
One of my favorite things to do is to sit around and to play guitar, record my riffs over and over, and a lot of the Word Alive songs have started that way, whether I'm doing it or past members or Telly or whoever.
We're working on some new stuff right now too for future music.
Hi everybody, I'm Keegan. I'm the guitar tech for the Word Alive on this tour, and we're gonna show you what I do today. This is Jose's, Ernie Ball Music Man. He got this custom from them. We're rocking the Evertune Bridge Fishman Fluence pickups. What I do is make sure that all of these are set to the right height. I make sure they've got fresh strings every single night. Go through, oil their boards, make sure everything is spick and span. Anything goes down, I'm the guy that you talk to if you need a backup guitar done. So I make sure all of their guitars here are also set up exactly like these are. Every night I make sure that the string heights are correct. I make sure the pickup heights are correct because if you can actually see it, there is some pick marks on this pickup here. So it does hit it, so I've got to go through and adjust it each night. I make sure that their rack gear is all good. Make sure that all of the switching that we're doing is perfect. Just making sure that the guys are taken care of.
Our guitars are sounding and playing the best they've played in a long, long time. It makes me a better guitar player.
For guitars, I proudly play Ernie Ball Music Man. I've got a Cutlass RS and a Music Man Valentine as well. Those are my two mains. Both those have Evertune bridges, Fishman pickups on them, and I play Ernie Ball strings.
I've been rocking this RGD 6-string Prestige baritone. I'm with Fishman, so I do the Adlers. I love that. I play in-tune guitar picks. I just got some customs that have my favorite Pokemon Umbreon on it, which is kind of cool. So quad core, Neural DSP is just on another level.
For guitars, Zack and I are both using Neural DSP quad cortexes. They're
Zach's given me free reign to basically do whatever I want with this one. And so hopefully in the next day or two, we're gonna turn this thing into a machine for him and he's gonna start playing this instead.
This tour in particular is probably like my favorite group of crew members that we've had in a very long time. We've been trying to retool our core to fit not only the vibe of the band and like what we want to represent when we're on tour, but people who are like really driven like we are. And with Jameson, he's relatively new overall to front of house engineering. We forced him into tour management on the last tour and he's been doing such a good job.
Hey, my name is Jameson. I'm here running front of house for the Word Alive, and I'm gonna be showing you how we run our show. We're running the Midas M32R, which is very sleek and very just compact for touring and flying dates and all that stuff. So this is what we're running. We're running 24 channels for the whole band, and I'm also running that into waves. So we also have Smart, which I can look and see how the room sounds. And furthermore, when I get into my waves portion, I have a bunch of plugins that I can use for live that the Midas doesn't have. For instance, one of my favorite plugins is the PSC plugin. It's a great gate. I use it on all my channels. And then also using the X feedback. It's a great thing to just help with making sure that the room is perfect for the vocalist when he's either coupling the mic or just throwing the mic around and screaming super loud. It takes the feedback right out. I'm also using the waves for my left-right system. So I have a tuning mic over here, which is an Earthworks microphone, and I can then measure the room and see how it's responding and have my EQ adjust for what it needs for the band. And that's basically it on how this rig is ran. We were able to record every night. We're able to get a solid mix every night just because of the waves and the Midas preamps. It just sounds good. And that's basically how, you know, the Word Alive runs their show. And so make sure you check out the Word Alive on their Hard Reset album.
So I would love to show you guys my rig downstairs on stage. It's all very sick. All right, so this is my tour rig. This is what I play on every tour I go out with for the Word Alive. Got an SJC drum kit, mahogany. I had them make it for me custom. I'm a big fan of oyster wraps, so I thought this would look pretty cool with us, considering this is more of like a vintage look and I'm in a heavier, like more modern band, so everyone seems to dig it. I got a 13x9 rack, a 24x18 kick, and a 16x16 floor tom. This snare here is actually Tama. It's a Star Classic. It's 100% Bubinga wood. I picked this up for like $200, and it's just a workhorse, and it sounds really good. I always get compliments on it. So I just really love the snare. It has a lot of sentimental value. I know exactly how to tune it, how I like to tune it. I can tune it up or down pretty quickly. For hardware, it's all DW. I got the DW 5000 hi-hat stand, 9000 cymbal stands. I got a DW 5000 snare stand for my rack tom and my snare drum. I got the Tama Speed Cobra double kick pedals. Just got those this year, super sick. And I also just recently, through Sweetwater, got a trick drive shaft for the double kick. Shout out CJ for always getting me sorted at Sweetwater. For the heads, I like to use Remo on everything. I use Remo Emperor X on the snare top, and then Emperor vintage coated Emperors on the rack and the floor. On the bottom, it's a clear head. Kind of cuts the warmth a little bit. They're thicker heads. I believe they're just clear Emperors on the bottom, and then on the bottom of my snare, I have a clear Ambassador snare hazy. For the kick, it is a, oh man, I haven't changed it in a while actually, but I think it's a Power Stroke P3. I've had it for a few tours actually. Yeah, typically I don't need to change the kick head, and once it's worn in, it sounds better for this kind of music. I got some low boy beaters on there as well, the Leather Daddies, the flat. I've had those for years. Those are sick. They sound awesome with this kick too. Just really punchy and powerful. For drumsticks, I use Vader Power 5A Acorns. They last me such a long time during the set. Typically I'll break sticks like 1 or 2 songs in. These last me almost a whole set. I've done a whole set with one pair, which is incredible. So Vader's a great company. Shout out to Chad for getting me sorted with all that. Zildjian, I got the Zildjian cymbals. Shout out Kirsten Matt for hooking me up with all this. She's the best. I got a K-Lite hi-hat 15-inch. Over here on my left crash, I got a custom Dark Crash 19-inch. I got a 23-inch Sweet Ride, K Sweet Ride right now for this tour. I like to cycle between like 24-inch to 23-inch. But typically this is my move right here, is 23-inch Sweet Ride. I got a 20-inch Dark Crash Thin over here, K as well. And then I also have a 18-inch K Dry China.
I'm going to show you our in-ear and whole patching setup for the stage. So this is our playback computer. We're using Ableton Live 12 suite or 11 suite, I can't remember. We're using the Strange Electronic Setlist plugin to keep all of our songs firing from there, firing MIDI that's going to our quad cortexes, firing DMX that's going to our DMX's box, that's going out to our lighting that we bring on tour with us. All of that's feeding from rack to rack. It's all interfaced with a little bit of a spaghetti here that we need to clean up, but yeah, we're using the Play Audio from iConnectivity as well as the Mio XM to do all of our outputs of tracks, as well as send MIDI, like I said, to the quad cortexes. So anytime there's a mute in the song, there's a lead change to go from dirty to clean, all of our transposition from song to song as well. It handles all of that. So all we have to do is worry about playing our instruments, everything stays in the rack, and we keep it dummy proof around here. Yeah, we're using the Shure ULX wireless systems that are going out to the antennas here as well. Everything's hitting a distro, so we're getting coverage across the whole stage. Thankfully, Sweetwater hooked us up today actually. Shout out Josie. We had some gear break on tour, flying back from a festival date, and Josie hooked us up as soon as we came through Fort Wayne. got us replaced, got some packs fixed, got our antenna fixed, so shout out. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Everything patches to this split right here that Bestronix made us. It's a 24 channel split. So all of our drums, all of our vocals, crowd mics, you name it, all of that goes into here, and it splits into 2 audio signals. One is a short cable that goes to our in-ear system, which we're using a Midas M32C with 2 DL16s to patch 24 channels to the ears. And then the other big loom of that, this guy right here, goes to our stage box, and that goes directly to front of house to Jameson, and he gets all the channels and can do whatever he wants with it, make us sound good.
The last thing I want to do as an artist is be a carbon copy of another person. You know, I want my genuine creativity to come across in everything I play. So like a lot of the stuff I play live is different. I want to be good enough as this person was before me, so that people who see me, who have been seeing the band for years, they are like, okay, he's good.
We've played shows for 25, 30,000 people, and we've played shows for 25, 30 people. Those 25, 30 people I look at and I'm like, I want to impress every single one of these people, and I'm probably gonna go talk to every single one of these people, or have talked to all these people. Not like the underdog or like I have that chip on my shoulder, but I always want to like try to go extra hard. And man, I've fought through injuries. A lot of us in the band have, but I mean, you got a hurt shoulder or a hurt foot, and you know what I mean? And you have to fight through that and like find something inside yourself, like a place to go.
I have played music with a lot of people, and the group that we have right now, there's really great chemistry. We're all up there vibing with each other on and off stage. We're friends. And I think that shows in our live performance that we're actually having fun, and the fans pick up on that. If you're up there miserable and don't want to be there, people can tell. And we don't take playing live music for granted or touring, especially after the last couple years.
Like everyone's just trying to help each other. And I think that's like what makes for a smooth tour and the best sound, because if you're having a good time off stage, it's gonna show on stage. When you can go on stage and you're like, you feel, man, like I'm happy to be doing this with the people that I'm doing it with, it takes you to another level that you can't get otherwise. So hopefully this is just the beginning of a long, cool ride with these guys.